Hello everyone, myself Neha Sharma, Assistant Professor from Sant College of Higher Education. Our today's topic is recruitment. What is recruitment? Recruitment is a process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating them to apply for jobs in the organization. Recruitment is a positive process of searching for prospective employees. It is a process of searching for and obtaining applicants for jobs so that the right people in right number can be selected. So we can say that it is a process of bringing together those who are offering jobs and those who are seeking jobs. So recruitment is a positive process where a pool of prospective employees is created and management select the right person for the right job from this pool. So it provides a base for the selection process. Now, definition of recruitment. According to Edwin V. Flippo, it is a process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating and encouraging them to apply for jobs in an organization. He further elaborates it, terming it both negative and positive. According to Daley Yoder, recruitment is a process of discover the sources of manpower to meet the requirements of the staffing schedule and to employ effective measures for attracting that manpower in adequate number to facilitate effective selection of an efficient working force. Now come to the sources of recruitment. There are two main sources of recruitment. The first is internal sources and second is external sources. Internal sources of recruitment, which means recruitment from within the organization, and external sources of recruitment means recruitment from outside of the organization. So first we will understand internal sources. In internal sources, the first one is transfer. It means shifting the employees from one job to another. There is no drastic change in the pay or status of the employees. It generally remains the same. Next is promotion. Promotion means shifting the employees to higher position with the change in the pay or status. Next is internal advertisement. It means appointing the employees from within the organization through advertisement. Next, land services. It means employing the person for newly started plan in the organization. Next is extension of services. It is extending the service of employee by recruiting them again. Next is absorption of trainees. Absorption of trainees means those who come in the organization for training, employing them. Now come to the external sources of recruitment, which means recruitment from outside of the organization. The first one is advertisement. It is a way to attract number of employees by giving advertisement in the newspaper. Next is casual callers. In this, the good organizations have a list of casual callers also who apply them, and the organization instead of giving new advertisement give a call to these casual callers. Next is employment exchange. Yes, it is also a good source of recruitment where the candidate are called with the help of employment exchange. The next is educational institution. Yes, all you know about this. In educational institution, here the companies go to the educational institutions from where they select the suitable employees for the jobs. You also know, you also call it like a college campus placement, campus placement, sorry. The next is labor union. In labor union, the organization may select the candidate from the labor union of the company to satisfy the labors also. Next is recommendation of employees, or you can describe it like a approach. So sometimes the employees working in the organization also suggest the name of suitable candidate for the appointment. Then next is waiting list. Waiting list include generally the organizations prepares the waiting list of the employees. Sometimes the selected candidates fail to join. In that case, the waiting list employees are called. So all these are main sources of recruitment of employees within the organization and outside the organization, which are used by organization to employ the employees. Now, next is factors affecting recruitment. So there are broadly, it is classified into two categories. The first is internal factors and second is external factors. So the internal factors also called endogenous factors, and these factors that affect recruiting personnel in the organization. So some internal factors are mentioned here. The first internal factor is size of organization. The size of an organization affects the recruitment process. Experience suggests that larger organizations find recruitment less problematic than organization with smaller in size. The next is recruitment policy. Yes, the recruitment policy of the organization, like recruiting from internal sources and from external sources, also affect the recruitment process. Generally, recruiting through internal sources is preferred because own employees know the organization and they can well fit into the organization's culture. Next is image of the organization. Yes, image of the organization is another factor having its influence on the recruitment process of the organization, because the good image of the organization earned by a number of overt and covert action by management helps attract potential and competent candidates. So managerial actions like good public relation, rendering public services like building roads, public parks, hospitals, school help, earn image or goodwill for the organization. That is why blue chip companies attract large number of applicants. So next is image of a job. Yes, just as image of organization affect recruitment, so like same as image of job is also affect the recruitment. So better remuneration and working conditions are considered, and characteristics of good image of a job also affect the recruitment process. Next, now external factors. In external factors, the first one is demographic factors. Yes, as a demographic factors are intimately related to human beings, employees. These have profound influence on recruitment process. Demographic factors includes gender, age, literacy, economic status, etc. The next is labor market. Yes, labor market conditions, supply and demand of labor is of particular importance in affecting recruitment process. For example, if the demand for a specific skill is high relative to its supply, recruiting employees will involve more efforts. On the contrary, if supply is more than demand for a particular skill, recruitment will be relatively easier. Now next is unemployment situations. Yes, there are several we can say the rate of unemployment is just another external factor having its influence on the recruitment process. When the unemployment rate in the given area is high, the recruitment process tends to be simpler. The reason is not difficult to seek, so the number of applicants is expectedly very high, which make easier to attract the best qualified applicant. Now labor law. Yes, There are several labor laws and regulations passed by the central and state governments. These cover working condition, compensation, retirement benefits, and safety and health of the employee in the industrial undertaking. So, Child Labor Act, for example, prohibited employment of children in certain employment. So, similarly, several another acts such as Employment Exchange and the Apprentices Act, Die Factory Act, all these deal with recruitment. Next is legal consideration. Yes, another external factor is legal consideration which affect the recruitment. So, reservation of jobs for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and another backward classes, OBC, is a popular example of such legal consideration. Exactly, all these legal consideration affect the recruitment process now. So the Supreme Court of India has given its verdict in favor of 50% of job and seats. This is so in case of admission in the educational institutions also. So legal consideration is also affect the recruitment process. Now come to the methods of recruitment. There are three main methods of recruitment process. The first is direct method, second is indirect method, and third is third party method. Direct method, the employer firms establish direct contact with the candidate. Yes, in this method, the representative of the organization are sent to the potential candidates in the educational and training institutes. They establish contact with the candidates seeking jobs. The representatives work in cooperation with placement cell in the institution. So person pursuing management, engineering, medical programs are mostly picked up in this manner. The second method of recruitment is indirect method. In indirect method, the employer establish contact with the help of advertisement. Yes, indirect method include advertisement in newspaper, on the radio and television, in professional journals, technical magazines, etc. And the last is third party method. In this method, the employer establish contact with the help of private employment agencies, management consultant, trade unions, Tata Bank, etc. These include the use of private employment agencies or management consultants, professional bodies, associations, employee referrals, etc. Now come to the process of recruitment. Yeah, the recruitment program is designed to attract more and more applicants such that the pool of candidate applies for the job and the organization has more options to select the best out of them. So the recruitment process consists of 5 stages which are follows. The first one is recruitment planning, next is strategy development, then searching, then screening, and last is evaluation and control. So first we will discuss recruitment planning. The recruitment process begins with the planning where in the vacant job position are analyzed and then the comprehensive job draft is prepared that includes job specification and its nature, skills, qualification, experience needed for the job, etc. So firstly we start with the planning. The second point is strategy development. Yes, once the comprehensive job draft is prepared and the type and the number of recruits required are decided upon, the next step is to decide a strategy that is adopted while recruiting of the prospective candidate in the organization. The following strategic considerations should be kept in mind: make or buy employees, methods of recruitment, and geographical area, sources of recruitment, so all these. Now next point is searching. When once the strategy is prepared, the search for the candidates can be, it includes two step: source activation and selling. The source activation means search for the candidate activates on the employee requisition until and unless the line manager verify that the vacancy exists, the search process cannot be initiated. And the next point is selling, which means the firm must judicially select that media of communication that successfully conveys the employment information to the prospective candidates. Now next is screening. Screening means to shortlist the applications of the candidates for further selection process. Although we can say that the screening is considered as the starting point of selection, but it is integral to the recruitment process. This is because the selection process begins only after the applications are shortlisted on the basis of job requirements. So the purpose of recruitment here is to remove those applicants at an early stage which clearly seems to be unqualified for the job. So in screening, we shortlist or we remove those, we shortlist the applicant and we remove those applications and which clearly seems to be unqualified for the job. Now last is evaluation and control. Evaluation and control is the last stage in the recruitment process, wherein the validity and effectiveness of the process and the methods used therein is assessed. This stage is crucial because the firm has to check the output in terms of the cost incurred. So this is all these are steps of recruitment process. Now thank you so much.